Well, hello everyone. Welcome back to Scooter Guesses. I'm your host, Scooter. Uh, all right, today we're going to be doing something a little different. We are going to be looking at the Baltic countries because those are really, really, really difficult to guess. And I don't know. I just want to show you all what I do when I try to distinguish between them. I still do get really tripped up by them. But let's look at them. I've been trying to study them a little bit. I made a little map for myself to distinguish between them, and I thought I'd share that with you all. There are just some key differences that I found myself by playing the game, but then also I found from other people by just like watching their videos or reading some things online. And I think there are some really good tips that I can just kind of compiled and put like two or three for each country. Um, we'll get started. We're going to go country by country. Before we start, we're going to look at kilometer markings. I think that is probably the number one easiest way to distinguish between these places. Kilometer markings, because that you can get a lot of info from that. We're also going to look at the different like utility poles and bollards is another thing we're going to look at. And then also in Estonia, there's like a road that we're going to look at. We'll get to that soon. All right, let's start south. We're going to start in Lithuania. We got two locations to get through here. In Lithuania, let's go to this one. So first we can see here we've got the kilometer marking. So we got in Lithuania. It doesn't look like it now, but if I go over here, yeah, you can see you get this shape for the kilometer marking. So you get a number and then another number like that, and it folds in. And then you also get like a bollard like this with that orange. Then you can know you're in Lithuania. That's simplest way to do it. I think like look for that orange one. Be careful though, you can find very similar looking bollards, especially a little bit redder color in some other countries. I can't think of them off the top of my head right now. I could quickly look at my thing. Croatia or Hungary. Yeah, that's right. So in Croatia or Hungary, you get something that looks very similar to this. It's a little different. I feel like they're a little bit like shorter and wider and a little darker red thing. But if you get this kilometer marking or this bollard, try um, guessing Lithuania. All right. Another thing in Lithuania I want to look at are the utility poles. Um, and yeah, you see that one? It's like giving it a little bit of support like that, a little tied together. It's a Lithuanian pole. Um, and also in Lithuania, you can see like these like things that kind of like pine cones on top. So that's a Lithuanian thing. And then also you see a lot of these like really simple ones. I know it's not good quality right there, but yeah, you can see like those kind of like simple poles as well. All right, moving on. Let's go to Latvia. In Latvia, we can also take a look at these poles, and they're very, very, very unique. You get poles like this that have that kind of light, almost looking thing coming out of it, a little hook. That's very like Latvian. You're almost definitely be in Latvia if you see that. But you can also see some other poles like this. This is like an A-shaped pole with that little bar, but also you can see that same kind of design right here. So if you see that design on any kind of pole, just think Latvia. You'll probably get it. Another thing in Latvia is we can also use the kilometer markings here. So remember in Lithuania, we saw the kilometer markings and they were like this kind of shape, or this kind of shape, I guess. In Latvia, they are parallel to the road, and there's only like one of them. You don't get that shape, right? So it's like that. So that's a good indication that you are in Latvia. It's the only country only Baltic country that has that it parallel to the road like that. Um, and in Estonia, um, we have perpendicular kilometer markings in Estonia. So if you get something like perpendicular like that, you're likely going to be in Estonia. And what else over here? We got, right, in Estonia, you do have these types of bollards, but you can see they're a bit more like rounded on top. It's a little tricky, I think, to identify these ones because there are many other countries that have very similar looking ones. However, something that you can do is look at this utility pole. In Estonia, the utility poles are like a, Jesus. You got like Christian stuff going on here with the crucifix style. So if you see some heavenly poles, probably in Estonia. Last thing I want to look at is just like these types of roads. In Estonia, you do get like a lot of locations that kind of look like this. You'll see like a dirt road, um, and it's just grass on both sides. Then it's likely going to be Estonia. Also, there, you can't see it so well here, but you see like these like little flowers and stuff on the side of the road, especially like white flowers. Maybe kind of like this. Yeah, like this. I feel like those are more common in Estonia. Also, these like Soviet style apartment blocks or whatever they are, um, you can kind of find those in Estonia as well. So, those are just some tricks and tips, I guess, that I've been trying to use in my gameplay, but I don't know. I mean, maybe you'll find them useful, maybe not. Look at the kilometer markings, my number one tip. Number two, look for the poles. Remember, in Latvia, you got those little hanging things. Lithuania, you've got the little pine cones. Estonia, we got our Jesus. So, yeah, have fun. And I don't know, I don't really have an outro thing here, but see you all next time.